Hi everyone. A few people wanted me to do a brief overview or just another quick rundown of the modifications I made to Blue Knight's Castle from rebrickable.com. So I'll just go over, I guess, in a little more detail, show a few more close-up photos so you can see exactly what I did. I'll start with the interior just because I have a nice shot on the tripod here, but let me just move this over. I just added some corner tile pieces, 3 1x1 tiles, another corner, just a few little details here over in the corner section. I eliminated the cross that was part of the original build. I know it's not part of other Lego sets, so I just took that out. Over here in the blacksmith side, I added, this is a replica of the anvil used in the medieval blacksmith set from Lego. It's just an exact duplicate. I like the way it looked, a little fancier. Put a little barrel back there in the corner too, if you can see it. A little, I think it's dark brown barrel. Trying to see what else I did. Let us pan back over. If you look at the details underneath or behind the drawbridge where the gate would be, I left all the big tiles, like the 2x, I think they're 2x8s, or I'm sorry, 2x6s. I left those in place because they lock the plates underneath together. So I kept them there. I just added a bunch of detail. Let's see if you can take a look. There's like an olive green little 1x1 tile back there, some tan, some dark blue-gray, light blue-gray, a little bit of mixture of tiles and studs. So you can kind of get the idea what I did. Let me see if I can, let's pan this over. I added this floor pattern over here and continued some of the, I guess, the stonework where you can pose minifigures. Even that little bucket down there, I actually put a studded tile so you can, so the bucket stays. I think the original bucket kind of just sits there, but I put one with a stud. Also these stairs, let me back this out a little bit. I made removable stairs, which was not part of the original. These just slide right out. So here, let's get a nice, see if I can zoom in on that so you can see what I did. There's a little arch piece, a brown arch. Should get you a good idea on how I built this. Let's turn it over. And then if you look over here, one thing I did change, I think the original build, due to part limitations, had I think it was like a dual 2-stud, 1x2, dual 1x2s here in the middle. I just replaced it with a solid 1x4 dark tan, which adds a little more stability to the build. Just a minor detail. And as you can see, I just added some plates around this cutout and some floor plates here to equal that, so the stairs go in and out. This way you can kind of access this area, I guess the bakery, the kitchen. This should give you an idea of what I did. Let's slide these back in. Oops. This locks in pretty good. It's a nice little system. The table, let's see if I can, here, you know what, I'm going to lift this roof off. I will show you the roof. Let's just put that aside for now. For the tables, underneath I just used 4 reddish brown cones with a dark brown circular plate at the base, and then a dark brown, I guess, circular table here. You know what? Let me see if I can disconnect it real quick. Here you go. There's the dark brown, and as you can see, this is what I did here. I added that dark brown piece to the bottom one because I don't like the, oops. I don't like the cones just sitting directly on the floor. You know, if you ever have to move it or detach it, it's a lot easier just to have it on something. So I did that. The original table was brown. It extended out too far. Now you have more room for minifigures in here. I like the colors. The old brown table kind of just blended right in with the floor and the walls. You couldn't even see it in dark lighting. So this really stands out. It's like a decorative, you know, table for a feast. So I made another few little changes and turned these into blue-gray instead of brown. Normally the original set, let's see, these pieces right here. Normally the original had them in brown because the backside would continue that stripe along the wall. However, these connect directly to the chimney outside, so blue-gray works perfectly fine and blends with the chimney out there. So, all right, let's put the turkey back. Now, you have to add a layer of these black tiles going across if you want the roof to be detachable like this. I'll give a better view here. Let's pick this up and see. Like you can see I have the L over there in the corner with a 3x1 dark brown tile to cover that roof section. And then if you just follow along, you can kind of see, oops. Let's see, there is another black row under here. Like here's a long black tile piece. Let's see. Yeah, over here is double stacked. Here it's just one, just a single row of tiles. But over this section and this section, there's an underlying longer black tile. So you can see it's doubled up over here too. So just here is just one. So it adds a little bit of height, but you have to do it for the roof. And then here, let me back this up, and I'll show you the underside of the roof here. So you can see I have, I think here's a 3 stud. Then we go to, what is this, a 6. Then I go a pretty long one all the way down and across. And then here's another long one. What is this, like, it's a 10, I think 10 studs. And here's an 8 stud going across here. So, and I notched out this corner. As you can see, I did have to customize a little bit in that one corner over there. This brick overhangs, but hopefully you get the idea and you can see based on the visuals what I did. And then it kind of blends really nice. I did have to, oh, one last thing, I believe I did extend the height of the chimney by 1. So, just to make this work, because like I said, I did have to raise the roof by 1 plate. I'm sorry, I keep saying tiles, but there's an underlying plate and then a tile on top. But because I had to increase the height, same with underneath of here, by about 2 plates, I had to increase the height of the chimney. So, but that sits on there really good. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, the black kind of blends. It's just a little taller, but I mean, that's not a problem. Let's see what else I added. That little brown ladder over there with a nougat double hook underneath, just so the minifigures have a way to get up there. And a few people wanted to see the throne room, which I will show here. I believe I just, well, you can kind of see, I mean, you just have to make the stair pattern. You can use whatever color bricks under here. I believe I used red underneath, just so it has like the thick red carpet from all angles. But I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can't really see the underlying plates. I believe I did secure the back part. I used like some bigger plates, dark tan, all the way in the back. But it is a little bit lower. If you can see where those guards stand, they are about 1 plate lower than the brown floor. Let's see what else. I added the 2 studs for the shields, the snot bricks to put the shields in the back. The throne is just a duplicate or a replica of the other thrones or the other chairs in the set. So that is not anything special. I did add torches on the walls with those dark blue-gray hook pieces, 1x1s with a hook. And I added 2 windows to either side. Now the sides are mirrored, which I will show you in a second, but as you can see, I did increase the height by 2 bricks overall. 1 brick for this section and 1 brick for this section. So I wanted to even it out. I didn't want to increase this by 1 and leave this one short. It would look a little odd. So, and another reason too, the banners on the front, I needed to increase them by 2 studs, not 1 stud, because they were, I believe they came in a 6 stud length banner, so I increased it to 8. Lego doesn't make a 7, so it just made sense to increase it by 2, give a little more room. Let's see, zoom in a little bit. You can see I have a little 1x1 wedge piece, blue-gray, with 2 1x1 plates, and then I have just some cones, and I think I had a little 1x1 plate right here just to get the height correct. Behind, let's see if I'm going to bring this around. Let's take a look at the side. Now the sides are mirrored. So the pattern you see here is the same exact pattern on the other side. You can kind of see the separations in the video, like here's 2 4 stud, 2 singles. This pattern is not random. I actually wanted like some kind of stability. I wanted the bricks to really interlock to make a nice solid wall. So this was not just like thrown together at some random pattern. I believe this worked out pretty good. And I wanted the decorated bricks to be a little offset like this with the lines in between in certain ways. So I just like the way that it looks. It looks very natural. I guess that's the look I was going for. Natural and stable. So if you can see the patterns here on this wall, just mirror it, and that's exactly what's on the other side. Like, exactly, dead on. So you'll be able to create both walls with that. Let's take a look at the lower part. You can see here, I left the larger piece in right here. The two larger pieces, I'm sorry. But I had to extend this by one stud, or I'm sorry, one brick as well. But you can see the patterns here, so you should be able to see what I did to replicate that. Now let's look at the front. Here is the front of the gatehouse. I'm just going to detach one of these just to, oops. All right, let's just show you. The only thing I did here, instead of 2x6s, these are 2x8s. And also, because I extended it, instead of three length tiles, I had to use 4 stud tiles. So you have to get them in white and blue, and in a 4 stud length instead of 3. And the original, I believe, was red and white. So, but this matches the Falcons a little better. Let's see if I can lift these up so you can see what I did. I did alter the pattern behind here. The original did not have any of these textured bricks, so I did throw in 2 of the dark blue-gray textured bricks. I left the 2 large plates you can see right here and here. If you can see the lines, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit, where you can kind of, this one's just a little off color, but I left it on purpose. It's just, I think it's an older brick, but I like the way it adds a little color, a little more natural look to the brick face, even though you don't see it with the flags covering it up, but what you do see, what sticks out a little, looks nice. I believe these are 2 6s, a 3, a 4, a textured one, another 3, and then down below we have a 3, a 2, a 4, a 2, and a single. If you can see that, hopefully in the lighting. So, I mean, this doesn't have to be exact. I mean, it's covered up by the flags anyway. I'm just trying to give you an idea. So let's zoom out again here. And for above, let's see, I don't think I really changed anything there, but I will show it nonetheless. And like I said, this side is just mirrored, so nothing changes there. And then same with this banner over here. This banner, you have to use the 4 stud length on the white and the blue. I did not change the height. I believe I may have moved the hook up 1 and kind of shifted a few bricks around just because of the added height, but that's really it. And let's take a look what else I did. Up top here, just so you can see, it's kind of odd the way I did it, but there is a little bit of an indent there, and I used some wedge pieces at the top of that wall. But as you can see, that drops down. Now when that drops down, this hooks into it. So if you can see here, let's go up here. So that's gonna kind of sit down into it. And that's how I did that section. The only other details I think I changed that I can recall, I added things like, an actual candle piece there. I believe some of the torches I switched. Instead of those like little just gray cylinders, I used like the black torch holder or the handles. I added a treasure chest over here. I got rid of the dragon. I just put some like single studded tiles just to hold it in place, but you can remove it very easily. For the wizard's chamber, I updated a little bit. I actually added let's see if I can take him out of there. I just, instead of the actual, like the brick built book, I used that printed tile piece there from, I believe it was like a little wizard set, the little package for like $10 way back. I'm trying to see what else. Here, let's go outside. I might have modified the chimney a little bit, so if you want to get a better look here just to see, you can look at the brick pattern and see what I did change. And here you can see the double stacked plates for the black versus I believe a single for the original build, but like I said, I had to do that in order to make the roof detachable. And The other thing I changed over here, this was a brick-built flag. I actually ordered a white and blue to get that put on there. I just like this look a lot better than the brick-built ones for that. And I added I think a second flag up here, so I just modified some tiles to have the white and the blue. And I used white and blue flags throughout. So, and down here, this table has it's the same build as the other table, that same brown circular plate with the four reddish brown cones, the dark brown base. The only difference is this one is not squared off. So, same pattern. It's the nougat color with the red tiles. The only difference is this one is not square, as you can see, where that has these squared edges, one with the turkey on it in there. So, and I have the treasure chest just sitting on some easy detachable plates. And I left it one stud away from the wall so you can open it up still. And here's just another look too for the added height. Here's a single plate, a round plate, and then 4 of the cylinders. So I believe that is it. Trying to see if I'm just taking one last look around just to make sure. But hopefully you can get an idea of the changes I made with this. And I will show one more thing. Just little things like this, like same with these here. Instead of the gray cylinders, I added the actual like torch holders. But if you have any other questions or if you feel there's anything I missed, feel free to comment in the section below and enjoy.